From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
President Biden getting ready to name his nominee for U.S. Supreme Court vacancy. Coming up, learn how the process will work and what is different about this time around.
A Butte couple believes that the iconic Columbia Gardens amusement park can one day live again. I'll tell you about it coming up.
Wow, what a difference a few minutes make in the mining city. That's our community hospital of Anaconda ICAM. Less than 25 minutes ago. Clear roads.
And the visibility went to nothing, and now here we are. You can see again. You're just going to be dealing with that snow.
There you go. Welcome to January, or the end of January in southwest Montana.
Wait 5 minutes, right?
Yep.
The wind speeds are trying to pick up out here. The temperatures are actually fairly consistent into the upper 20s and low 30s. Our temperatures are falling in Butte, obviously with some snow in play. Colder air mass sliding back in. I think bands of snow for the day, especially the first part of the day. Likely the afternoon, a little less so, but we'll probably see a few scattered snow showers trying to work their way back through the real accumulation developing overnight and early on Tuesday. Windy conditions, often on snow showers. The temperatures falling. You can see the snow covering the road in the mining city. These temperatures are going to be stuck solidly into the 20s for the afternoon. We're going to talk more about the impacts that you may have through the day and the upcoming week in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. A sad note tops our news here at 6:31. Butte Sheriff Ed Lester confirms that the victim in a drowning incident at Fairmont Hot Springs on Friday has died. And earlier reports said a 14-year-old boy was transported from the scene to St. James Healthcare on Friday afternoon. Sheriff Lester said in a media release the victim had been transported to a Kalispell medical facility where he later died. That incident does remain under investigation. The victim was not identified. No further details are being made available. Well, this week, President Biden is set to continue reviewing and possibly interviewing candidates for the upcoming vacancy on the United States Supreme Court. So what will this process be like? How will it be different? And how could a new justice impact the court's overall political leaning? Our Joe St. George explains.
I sit there on the bench.
Justice Stephen Breyer may still be on the high court this week, but he won't be for long. His retirement expected when the court finishes its term this summer.
I'll meet with the potential nominees.
But that doesn't mean the president will wait that long to name a replacement. This week, the selection process will intensify. What will that process look like? We know President Biden has set a deadline at the end of February to make a selection, which means background checks and in-person interviews will take place over the next few weeks. For the moment, it looks like the month of March is when the confirmation process in the United States Senate will begin and possibly end. Whomever that nominee is will do what current justices have done first: meet with senators, especially those they need to get confirmed. From there, the Senate Judiciary Committee will hold a public hearing where the nominee will answer questions, and if all goes well, the full Senate will then vote. In 2017, Republican leader Mitch McConnell changed the rules to make it easier for Supreme Court picks to be confirmed. Only a majority vote is now needed. If every Democrat in the Senate supports the nominee and all Republicans oppose, Vice President Kamala Harris will cast the tie-breaking vote.
So why is this time different?
For the moment, the only big difference is that for the first time ever, the president says the nominee will be a black woman. Each one of these women are considered favorites right now. Each one are current judges in senior roles. As far as how a new justice on the court will impact you, well, it likely will be very little. Justice Breyer is a liberal-leaning justice, and President Biden is expected to name another liberal-leaning justice. The conservative majority on the court will continue, especially when it comes to issues like abortion, guns, and religion. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
6:34 now. In other news, meat prices are up substantially at a time of year when they usually decrease. But ranchers tell Dan Grossman they're not making any more profit despite those rising costs.
Character is found in grit. And grit? That's found bountifully in Zane Bluebaw's daily routine. In his arms, Zane carries the weight of feed for his cattle. On his back, he carries the weight of his family's entire legacy.
Just trying to make a commitment to move forward and actually grow is virtually impossible right now.
For 6 generations, the Bluebaws have raised cattle on their nearly 3,000 acres in Tonkawa, Oklahoma. Each generation has guided the ranch through its hardships and uncertainties, but few have faced the ones Zane is currently facing at the young age of 23.
It just makes it more uncertain at every level. it compounds those factors to where it becomes more difficult to predict anything.
You want me to pick them out for you?
If you've gone to the store recently, you know the prices of food and meat. But what you might not know is the people some might assume are benefiting from them are hurting as much, if not more, than the people they're supplying.
The independent farmers and ranchers, we're on razor-thin margins. Many of these multi-generational operations are having trouble even staying in business.
Across the country, ranchers like Zane are going out of business rapidly. Since 1980, the farmer's share of the retail food dollar has plummeted by 50%, and the processor share, or the companies that prepare the meat for packaging, has risen by nearly 60%. It has led to record profits for producers and smaller profits for ranchers, while passing higher prices down to consumers.
Well, I think it's just pure greed because they can. They have that much market power. The system that we have today is broken.
Scott Blubaugh is Zane's dad and the president of the Oklahoma Farmers Union. What he says about market power is true. According to FarmAid, the top 4 processing companies control 84% of the beef industry. In 1970, that number was 25%, as tens of thousands of processors have either been bought up or pushed out. It means less competition, which means fewer options for competing prices and fewer chances to keep legacy farms like theirs running.
It's a huge burden that we all carry. To be able to carry on, we have to make lots of sacrifices.
To manage, the Blubaughs have cut back on auctions, swapped to smaller processors, and marketed directly to the consumer, hoping the strength of their character can support the weight of their legacy. I'm Dan Grossman.
Butte's iconic Columbia Gardens amusement park closed nearly 50 years ago. But a Butte couple have a big dream to see it one day reimagined on land they own on the East Ridge.
We are going to fulfill a dream that we've kept alive for so many years, and we know the city of Butte is going to want to jump on this and get going on it.
Dave and Joan Simon have 40 acres of land on the East Ridge in Butte they hope will one day be the site of the rebuilt Columbia Gardens, a place that has precious memories for them. They had their first stake there the year it closed.
I get a call, you want to go to the prom? I can't promise you anything, but I can't dance. And that's I still accept it. And so many years later, 4 years later, we got married.
A little history lesson on the Columbia Gardens. It was built by Butte Copper King William A. Clark, and it first opened in June of 1899. It remained in operation there east of St. Anne Street until the Anaconda Company closed it down in September of 1973. 2 months later, most of the park was destroyed in a mysterious fire that some believe was arson.
People of Butte, they don't realize what gem we have with the gardens. The gardens have always been there for the people of Butte until 1973.
The couple is seeking input from the public and those interested in investing in the project that they estimate could cost more than $50 million to complete. They'd like to make it feel like the original park.
The buildings will be sort of nostalgic too, is what our plan is, to make it as, you know, what we remember.
This archway, located just outside of town, is one of the few remaining artifacts from the original Columbia Gardens. And the Simons have a dream to recreate the park so they can create new memories for a new generation.
The way Butte's always been to the Simon family over the years, we just want to give something back to the community.
Dreaming big. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.